the most anticipated episode of the season. Did it live up to the hype? Well, let's go ahead and talk about it. What's going on, YouTube? So the episode starts off with Corey and the students reliving Corey and Lauren's little incident in Boy Meets Ski Lodge. And he goes on to explain how the incident almost ended Corey and Topanga. And he fears something similar will happen to Riley if she goes up there. So he's trying to prepare her by slamming the chalkboard pointer repeatedly into the chalkboard. Yeah, Riley's doomed. So Josh finally makes his return to the show. And right after Maya gets done sounding very confident about having everything under control. And as soon as she sees Josh, she goes from very confident to, well, this. Cute. And Topanga was the one that invited Josh, and Maya couldn't be any more happy. So Riley falls off the bus and hurts her foot just like Corey did when he visited the ski lodge. Okay, I really do love when they try to make certain scenes just like Boy Meets World. I mean, most of the time it's funny and it's very respectful to Boy Meets World. But come on, you guys are getting a bit carried away with that now. Don't be scared of a little originality. It won't bite, I promise. And I love that little dig that Topanga took at Lauren the second they got there. Damn, Topanga, you wasted no time. So after Maya gets done making fun of Lucas just like her old self, Lucas says that everything is back to normal except one thing. And that one thing is Josh. And that's when Maya grabs Lucas by the shirt and assures him that Josh has nothing to do with this and he's just a fantasy. And you don't go out with a fantasy. Now I love this moment for two reasons. One, because I found it adorable how Maya was assuring Lucas that he doesn't need to worry about Josh. But also because of the way that Riley looked when Maya said that you don't go out with a fantasy. Almost as if she was really thinking about what Maya just said. It's no secret that most of Lucaya Nation feels like Riley is dating a fantasy, not to mention living in one. So Corey ends up bringing them all up there on couples weekend. Oh, Corey, you're my favorite goofball on the show. And I mean, they're really hammering this whole triangle thing in this episode. But don't worry, guys, because the show isn't about ships. So I've been told. So Maya, Lucas, Smackle, and Farkle all go out and have some fun, while Riley stays in nurturing her messed up foot. And Maya ended up breaking the rules trying to save Farkle, and Lucas was very upset with her. And after, Maya says it's okay because Lucas really likes it when they quote unquote tangle. And Lucas says no, that's not what he likes about her. And I found that to be a very interesting quote. One that you better expand upon real quick, Lucas. So Riley says that this whole triangle needs to die right now. Finally, something I agree with you on, Riley. And Lucas says that even though he did make a decision, this shouldn't just be his choice. It should be a decision that they all make. Oh, Lucas, you little procrastinating little boy. They can't decide the triangle because they both want a boy that won't choose. You have to end it. You got that? God. And when Maya suggested flipping a coin, at this point, that idea isn't looking so bad. I mean, at least the coin isn't scared to make a decision. So Maya and Lucas start to imagine their lives together. And this may be my favorite part in the entire series. Am I over exaggerating? Oh hell yeah. So in this little imagination, Lucas and Maya must destroy the purple cats, or the purple cat will destroy them. And who is the purple cats? Our girl Riley. Well, y'all girl Riley. And after Maya says that her and Lucas are the power couple of the world and nothing can ever tear them apart, she runs into Josh. And she comes very close to breaking, but she turned him down and all of his money to go back to Lucas. And then we get yet another almost kiss between Maya and Lucas before the purple cat, aka Riley, comes in and interrupts. Okay, Riley, since this is only a fantasy, I don't feel bad for saying this. Die. So Riley interrupts the imagination and says that this isn't how it would really be between them. God, you're such a hater, Riley. Sipping on that haterade. So Lucas and Maya's dream world ends with a bomb that explodes and kills everyone. But all Maya and Lucas had to do was cut the red wire, and the day would have been saved. But instead, they just argued, and I found that to be very interesting. So now let's take a look at how Lucas and Riley's future would be. So we go from this really cool James Bond looking theme to this everything is perfect all the time fairy tale. So then Riley and Lucas have an almost kiss, but Riley stops it abruptly, and they find out that they have gooey sap disease, and they're feeling too much of this gooey sap disease and it's melting them inside. And their little fantasy ends with Riley dying on her deathbed. Wow, Riley, you actually took my advice. I finally like you now. Even though you being dead probably has a lot to do with that, and in this imagination, unlike Maya's, and maybe I missed something here, but it seemed like no matter what happened in Riley's world, their relationship was gonna end no matter what. Where in Maya's world, all they had to do was cut the red wire. Very interesting indeed. I'll let you guys speculate over that in the comments. So the episode ends with everyone going to sleep and Riley deciding to stay up a little while longer while looking at the sky. And that's finally when the new character, aka Lauren's son, walks in. And they end up talking a while drinking hot chocolates. And I swear Lauren's son said the exact same thing that Lauren said to Corey in Boy Meets World, or at least it was very similar. Again, I already saw this in Boy Meets World, and it was done a whole lot better than this. You don't need to copycat everything, because you're not gonna be Boy Meets World better than Boy Meets World. But overall, I actually did enjoy this episode a lot. Even though a lot of it was very similar to Boy Meets World, it was definitely different enough to give this episode a different feel. And I really enjoyed the imaginations of what life would be like with Maya and Lucas together and Riley and Lucas together. I also really enjoyed seeing Maya be the dominant one between her and Lucas. No doubt in my mind who wears the panties in this relationship. And yes, this episode felt very Disney compared to Boy Meets World, and I completely understand anybody who didn't like this episode because of it, but if you were able to deal with that, I think the episode was very well put together, and the imaginations really sold the episode for me. And I would probably give this episode an 8 out of 10, but that's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode and what you would rate it in the comment section below. And if you haven't already signed the petition to move Girl Meets World to Freeform, the link to that will be in the description box. But I'm done talking. If you guys enjoyed this video, you know what to do. But as always, until next time.